You guys don't know him, or maybe you do and wish to forget. But this guy is as funny as shit. Very oddball comedian. He's the kind of guy that they do a background check when he buys shovels at the hardware store. You'll know what I mean when you see him. Jeremy Hubsher coming up! Give it up with Jeremy Hubsher! Funny fucking guy!
Wow, that was quite the intro. So I got bullied a lot in school because of my weight. I even got bullied by someone who shouldn't bully anyone, my 6th grade English teacher. She used to give me inappropriate vocabulary words. Jeremy, spell obese. O-B-E-S-E. Please never call me again. I got her back though. Jeremy, spell count. I've never spelled a word so quick in my life. C-U-N-T, count. That's very wrong, Jeremy. That's also how my husband spells it. So I've had to start locking my cat out of my room when I watch porn. She thinks I'm strangling a field mouse. So I feel like I've been lied to by Mountain Dew. There's nothing remotely dewy about Mountain Dew. Every commercial you see for it, there's a kid on a skateboard. He's skateboarding through a wall. The wall is on fire. Hell yeah, Mountain Dew. But that's not the truth. If they wanted to be honest about it, they would call it type 2 diabetes juice. And my friends tell me that Mountain Dew kills sperm cells. Does it look like I should be producing an abundance of sperm? I've drank so much Mountain Dew that I don't need to wear condoms anymore. Any woman I get with, I tell her, hold up, hold up, hold up. Let's be safe. Let me chug this 2-liter first. So I used to work with this very old lady who was being catty about the Kardashians. Can you believe those girls spent $1,500 on a golden facial? Yeah. And obviously she doesn't get what I think when I hear the term golden facial. Come over here, honey. I have a bladder full of diabetes juice with your name on it. And I just couldn't leave it alone. I had to say something. Some of the websites I go to, you can get one for $75. On a good day, you can get a golden facial and a brown manicure for a pack of cigarettes and an extra value meal. So I have a lot of bad habits when it comes to food. One of my worst habits is the Chinese buffet. Here's how you know you go to the buffet too much. They're happy to see you. Whenever I grace the doors of the Jade Dragon, I immediately hear, Mr. Jeremy! I don't do an Asian accent. They know exactly what I want to drink. They take me back to the fat boy table. You ever hear of the fat boy table? It's a table where the chairs are reinforced with wrought iron steel and space-age polymer. The fat boy table, it's the table closest to the defibrillator. And I know I should be eating better, but that General's House chicken is just too much for me to pass up. I know the only things I should be eating are salads and treadmills. So I accidentally swiped on my sister's dating profile. I don't know what she was more pissed about, that I swiped on her profile or that we were a match. I had fun with it. The last time I saw my grandmother, I told her what was in her profile. I need a motherfucker. and make a bitch feel like she crowning. Trump voters need not apply. That's good, dear. At least you're being a whore with Democrats. Then for the rest of the night, I pretended that we were in a step-sibling video that you would see on Pornhub. Rebecca, you're acting like such a bitch. Let me help you relax. It's okay. Mom and Dad are at the opera. So I went through my dating history, and it turns out I've dated a lot of women with old lady names, like Marlene, Cecilia, Tabitha. It's like I fucked the secretary pool at General Motors in 1962. Just once, I would like to date a girl that has a gender-neutral name that's been overused in porn. Hi, Mom and Dad. This is Ashton. She'll be taking my cum tonight. I know that was not necessary, but it felt right. And if Marlene's first name wasn't bad enough, her last name is Troutman. The only way her name could be any more repulsive if it were soldier beheadings. Hi, Mom and Dad. This is soldier beheadings. She'll be taking my cum tonight. So I don't like being around a lot of people, so I'm very comfortable right now.
Yeah! Fuck people!
I don't know the scientific term, so I just call it back the fuck off phobia. So one time my back the fuck off phobia got so bad that I had to leave early from an orgy.
Oh my God.
Because I couldn't find enough personal space. So I recently broke my bathtub. Not in the way you think. A couple tons worth of water plus fat comedian equals broke bathtub. Not like that. So I did what any mature 39-year-old man does. I called my dad. And you have to understand the genesis of the men in my family. My grandfather was a World War II vet. My father machines on steel and aluminum all day. Then there's me. So I can just picture what's going through his head when he gets one of those phone calls from me. What the fuck does he want? Daddy, I broke my bathtub, the water won't turn off. What do? I don't know. Why don't you put a toaster in the bathtub, you disappointment? You can't be mine. The first thing I do when I go home is I'm going to punch your mother square in the face. So I lived in Mississippi for 8 months, and I learned pretty quick that things are very different there. Like you aim your fucking head down when you're walking because there's things on the ground that can kill you. You have not known fear until you almost step on a rattlesnake with a methamphetamine needle in its arm.
Has an arm?
Yeah. Have you been to Mississippi?
I don't fucking want to, but I'll try.
Trust me. All masculinity just left my body. I put my hands up like that rattlesnake was the police. And I think I yelled, "Run away," as I was running away. I was very Monty Python-ish. Another thing I learned living in Mississippi is that if you love animals, do not move to Mississippi. My aunt had a dog, My aunt had a dog living under her trailer. It wasn't hers. She'd occasionally feed it, but other than that, she was on her own. She was a beautiful Labrador. Me and my mom decided to bring her in because we're animal lovers. She had no name. I wanted to name her Midnight. My mom ended up naming her Blackie. Let that set in a second. And it was my job to go get her when she got out.
Oh dear.
Blackie! Blackie! Where are you, dog? And she never got out when the weather was cool. So it's 120 degrees, and I'm saying things that you should never say in Mississippi. Once I find you, dog, I'm gonna put this chain around your neck and shove you back in your cage. I'm sorry. You're giving me a death stare. I'm sorry. That side, death stare side. Then I realized what I was doing. From then on, it was, here dog, where are you dog? Fuck you dog, you're on your own. And thank you very much, good night.